you. Well, I'm going to keep my eye on this one. I know Pastor Dixon quite well.
Say when.
3,
countdown.
2.
Earlier, we just interviewed a young man who is Marcus Dixon II, I believe. Now we have the first Marcus Dixon, and welcome, Marcus. And Marcus Dixon, and people know him as Pastor Dixon, Brother Dixon, all kinds of Dixons, but because he's got his hands in some of everything. And I'm glad to have Stacy here with me, and Stacy's going to kick this thing off.
How are you today?
Outstanding.
Good. Well, as you know, I just met Mr. Downey, and I've known Pastor Dixon, Coach Dixon. As you said, he wears many, many hats, and is very involved in the community. And I know that Brother is very dear to your heart.
Yes.
What got you involved other than, I mean, like what really started you out and who introduced you to this program and when?
Well, the program was introduced to me through Jacinta Boswell,
okay,
and also Miss Skillman,
okay,
because me and Miss Skillman, we used to work together with Celebrate Recovery. And when we found out about Brother, she was telling me that she had a friend down in Lexington, and that she had a program that how these young black men were, they were aspiring to do better and taking to new heights. And then she was telling me about how they was going to these different colleges, elite colleges, and how they was going over and learning more, and how they was being respectable and dignified about themselves. So that was the thing that moved me, because I know us as blacks that we have to do a little bit better. We have to do a little bit better and above, and it's not just because we're inferior or anything. It's just that the projection and the perception of what we are. So we have to let people know that we have a lot more in us and a lot more intellect, and that's what I like about Brother, because we help those young men hone those skills.
So is it, I know that it's partially spiritual based and educational based. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, there's nothing that you can do without God.
I know that's right.
See, God is the forefront, and He's the everything of our life. He's the preeminence of everything that made. He's the creation of our mind. He's the creation of our thought process. Matter of fact, just like His logos, we have a logos also. So when we put God first, then we put whatever our passion is and the gift that He gave us. So the spiritual thing is bringing out and recognizing that gift.
Okay.
So when we bring out and recognize that gift, now we put the principles to it, and that's where all of us come in at. Brother Downing, Elder Nunley, myself, Sister Skillman, the Zetas, the Sigmas, businessmen, math, science, English, all these things play a part, robotics, STEM. All these things we need to get them involved in. What I love the most about this year, and I think Mr. Downey is just as excited as I am, is about we actually getting them to go out to places where they can go to LG lighting company and everything and learn about engineering, technology, about the stoplight, and taking them to the water company, and, let them experience things, how things work, so they can get involved in infrastructure and things of that nature. When you give them that broad range aspect of how everything operates and does, and you bring it into a simple form of life, now they get better understanding. And when you have better understanding of something and you feel good about it, you get confidence in it, you grow a love for it. And when you grow a love for it, it's not work anymore.
And not only that, what I'm hoping the boys can see themselves doing that thing also.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Put themselves
it's
in
not
it.
just somebody else doing it, but I can do that.
Yes. Yes.
So,
that's amazing.
Oh, that's right. This is your interview.
I can interview you too if you'd like me to.
Well, that's good that we can bring about a response. So you do an excellent job.
Thank you. One other question that I had, you said you take them out to these different, businesses and these companies and things. I also heard earlier that you guys are taking them to universities.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we do Moorhead, we do Murray State, we do Kentucky State.
Okay.
and we take them like I try to pick Diversity Week.
Sure.
Where the college, I talk to their diversity program manager, and then we discuss what they having and what events and everything, and I get it already prepared for these young men.
Okay.
So it's a perfect opportunity for them. Then we take them to open house. Now with open house, I use my negotiating skills, and I try.
I know about those.
And I try to get us some tickets, like either to the football game or basketball game, have them serve us a little lunch, and then also they take us to the different academic areas and give us a tour around the whole campus. So this exposed the young men, and it gives them an opportunity to see what college life is all about. And a lot of young men that went to the last trip, they was like, oh man, I'm going to Moorhead. I want to go to Moorhead. So it gives them something to aspire for, it gives them something to dream about, and it lets them see their dream. You standing in the middle of your dream. You can't be it unless you see it.
That's
exactly.
So when you see it, guess what? It just stirs up.
Put themselves in.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, tell me something. Oh, I'm jumping in on
No,
your
please, please. I've been taking over.
I'll rescue you. Well, I noticed that you're wearing your fraternity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you have some of the sororities. We have some of the sororities and fraternities to help out with brother to brother. What do you see their role as?
Well, our role is Coach for Service for Humanity. We do scholarship, bigger, better business, and education is one of our key roles.
Okay.
So majority of the sororities and fraternities usually have those same principles,
okay,
but they just have another terminology of how they bring or how they do it in a model.
Oh,
and
okay.
what we all want to do is we want to take that experience that we had and that knowledge and wisdom that we have and impart it into our youth. And we want to make it a pave a way for them. When you bring those fraternities in and sororities in, they can give them wisdom on college life, can give them wisdom on working into the business fields, the career fields, and all the different paths of vocations that the young men aspire to. We have a lot of people in here, doctors, lawyers, dentists. Yes, sir.
So the fraternities and sororities have a way of looking back and passing something on to the next generation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate that, and I appreciate your role in the brother to brother.
Well, thank you, sir.
By the way, for whoever may be watching this, this man might show up on your doorstep or wherever in the middle of your meeting and ask you for something to get support.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you so much for your role in brother and brother.
Well, thank you, sir, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
Take care.
Stacy, yes.
Of course.